Nothing happened. Also, hi. I hope you're good. I hope your, I don't know, Tuesday, I think that was the day. Tuesday was good, and that your Wednesday is fine. So far. So we're going. That is where we stand. I am in the most tired state that I have been in a long time. It's been 5 days roughly of tired. So today is gonna be short. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We have some things to do. Larkham has asked us to work on some Framer stuff, so we're gonna do that, which is fun for me. And there has been some updates, if you have seen updates, which is cool, I guess. I think the best, same as last time, the best thing is going to be to go straight through the update at the beginning of the stream, and then we can just work on other things. But yeah, I just added this thing at the bottom. We talked about it last stream, having the visual effects added to the platform, and I didn't really know exactly where to use them. I had that ID inside of the quiz, not outside of the quiz. And now we have it at the bottom of the end screen. That's a fun thing. It's nice, it's glowy, it's fun, all that. I also added the correct answer mistakes recap. So basically, if you do a ton of mistakes during your quizzes, you would have a bit of a recap telling you, oh, you picked this thing and it was supposed to be that. Or that was the question and that was the answer. Whatever. But that's the thing that I tried to do. It doesn't work for conjugation, so that pissed me off, but I don't know exactly how to fix that, so we will see. On another end, let's see if that triggers the thing. I doubt it. I added, how could I say that? An onboarding. It's not really an onboarding, but it is an onboarding type of thing, in a way. It's a bit of a sheet, native sheet, iOS sheet, to give the users a bit of an idea of what's happening. If this thing can just load, god dang. Also, on the side news, Gothic, hi, welcome in. Thank you. This thing didn't load. So we need to manually load that. These transitions are just broken all the time. All the fucking time. Holy shit. So, now we have this that loads in every time I make like an update to the platform. You end up with this sheet that gives you a bit of a hint of what has been added. So I just today entered have a good laundry time, added the widgets because I forgot to talk about it, and so I said, you know what, it could be interesting to have it in the what's new. So I have that. I also have the how things work in here, because it's necessary to know how the component or the character component is built, and how to read it, and then how it's progressing. So Jan on Discord gave me a bit of a feedback on that, which is pretty good. So we might be able to implement that later, but I tried, I doubt it. Not with the current setup of data. Later, yes, but now I have doubts. Anywho, so we have that, we have the known bugs, we also have the next steps, and my many thanks, as always. Thank you for the raid.
Chris
Again.
from MP raided my stream with 4 viewers.
No link in the Discord today. I see. Welcome on it. How is your stream? The raid timer is not long enough. I am not long enough. I know that. But hi, welcome in. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm AOA, I'm the helping designer. If you have any design question, feel free to ask, as always. And Stony, welcome in. Chris, welcome in. Shantura, welcome in, probably. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're doing a bit of a recap of everything that has been added to the app, which is pretty good right now. And yeah, on the audio page we looked at design a while back. That's cool. That's sad. That is sad. So I added this magnificent onboarding that is triggered on any launch of the app, so that the people that don't know how the app works kind of have a bit of an idea. The first block is always going to be kind of the latest feature that I just added. So we had widgets before, but I just didn't talk about it. So now people know, so that's pretty cool. We also have, as I just said, the component for character that is built and defined, and also how the progress work. And then the bugs that I know about that needs to kind of be fixed. So this is, to me, a good addition to the app. It loads on first load. Like if there is a new build, there is an update, that sheet is going to be triggered when you enter this. So that's a pretty good thing. I also added this thing, which is if I make a mistake, I now have the right answer that is highlighted, which is 99% of the time behind the sheet that gives you the correct answer. So I need to fix that, but that's fine. And specifically at the end, let's do another error or two other errors so that it makes sense. That was not two other errors. At the end, we now have this magnificent effect of dots, which is off-centered. I can't figure it out. That's a thing for tomorrow. And we have the correct answer, incorrect answer feedback. Like if you want to know where were your mistakes, we now have that. So just, I really like the effect that the dot matrix does. It's just kind of fucking me right here, and I hate it, but it's gonna be fine. I gotta figure it out. Going to figure it out. So that has been added, which is pretty good. Otherwise, fixed is a big word. Did something that helped with that page. It used to be all of these 3 layers of text stacked on top of each other, which was really bad. And now they are not stacked on top of each other. So you have the entire question properly made here, and we still have the same thing. If you make a mistake, it gives you the same panel, which again, I think I said that on Monday. It tells you that it's incorrect, and then the correct answer with this, and the correct answer with this, which is a lot of repetitions. For now, I'm gonna figure it out later. But that has been added, which is pretty good overall. And yeah, it's broken here. It should give you the fact that you have made a mistake on the conjugation, but for some reason it doesn't work. So I don't know yet. I mean, I know why, but I don't know yet how to do that properly. So we're gonna see. Otherwise, that is done. Nothing much more added other than the gray mode, which is so far really good. It is really good. It matches accessibility to an extent where you can read the lines of text, and that's pretty cool. And it also does god damn it, this is tricky. It also does well on light mode. I'm impressed. I was thinking that it was gonna be bad, but it's better than the regular light mode with colors. So if you're someone that like light modes, use the gray version, because it's good. It's kind of, you can't really see the highlighted elements, but I mean, I don't think you care if your accent color is gray. I don't think you care. Um, yeah, I mean, eh. What do you mean tabs is broken again? Tabs is not broken. Tabs is just low in the preview. Don't worry about it. Tabs is fine. But yeah, here, for example, that's something that I absolutely don't understand. In the sheets that are native, the accent color is not taken into consideration. So anything that you have seen, let's say I'm looking at the radical right here, and let's say I'm just loading it twice or 3 times, and it's really dark. If I'm going back here, the radical is going to be pure blue. And the accent colors in the selection of kanjis in the examples is going to be pure blue as well. And I do not know. I do not know why and how, and I tried and it doesn't work. So, one day I'll figure it out. But yeah, so far this is good. Apparently, the in-app purchases work because I bought something for free. I bought something and it went through. We got 30 something testers, and from the 30 something testers, 16 installs. So technically since the 16. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I haven't reposted. I should have reposted the link to the beta test through. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The current state of thing is here. The dictionary are good, but they all contain, like the 1000, 2000, 3000, all that, they all contain 1,000 words. And my feeling right now is that 1,000 words is a lot. And if you are someone that is trying to learn the language and you see 1,000 entries to learn to basically in your head pass to the next level, that might be a bit of a, that's too much. So the current goal that I have is to split the thousands into blocks of 100, maybe. I'm even like thinking about splitting the first one into 225 and 150 to just give you like 25. It's really easy. It's going to take you a week or two. The second 25 is going to take you the same amount of space, and then the third one is 50, and the fourth dictionary that you will have is going to be 100 words, so it's more like diverse and all that. I don't know, but yeah, I think I might do that. I might split the things, and today has been trying to figure out how and why and not do that, because I don't want to do that. It's fun, it looks cool, everything, but it's just no. Yeah. Yeah. I think I mean some of the thing that we currently have in the dictionaries is that I have my test, which is 12 elements, and that really takes 2 days of practice to go through the entirety of these things, because you will probably do like one test and you say, oh, Okashi, what is that? And then maybe you do know, maybe you don't know, maybe you have read the things, maybe you haven't, whatever. But you go through and you like, oh, that's a mistake. Okay, it was to preserve, so now I can remember that for the next time, and so on and so forth. So that is a good option, I think, to limit myself to like 25 in the beginning, because this is just 12. So I might have to split that. But the main thing is I don't want to have. We need the landing page at some point, but I don't want to have. Um, I can't see the thing. I don't want the Duolingo interface, because that's usually what happens when you go into any game design on mobile right now. It is basically one of these, and I would love to avoid that as much as I can, because Duolingo itself is really much that, and because I'm doing like a language learning app, if I have an interface that is the same, I feel like it's going to be kind of bad. So this, even if it's fun and it looks cute and all of that, I kind of want to avoid it. And then these ones are the same to an extent. But one of the things that I have a huge debate in my head on is monetization, as always, for this thing. It's currently the plan for me as far as today, and maybe that will change today. It depends on how you convince me otherwise, whatever. The plan for today, or as far as today, is the first 1,000 words are gonna be free, and you can unlock them through playing. So you reach your first 25, and when you reach the 24th, it unlocked the next one, or when you reach the 25th word mastered, it unlocked the next block, and then you can play with the previous one plus these ones, or just these ones, whichever, I don't know yet. And so you can unlock all of that when you arrive to the 1,000th word, which I think if you arrive at 1,000 words through the app, you are kind of ensured-ish to continue using the app. You have two options. You can unlock by paying. That's the ID, but I have a bit of an issue with paying for dictionaries. I don't know yet, we'll see. And the other thing is maybe I just unlock the content for free, which is a better model for me, ethically speaking. But for you as the user, I don't know. I don't know. But the unlock would give you the ability basically to say, oh, you want to go further and unlock like the 3,000 words. You can buy 2,000 and 3,000, and you have everything unlocked at once. If you want to fast forward or go faster in your learning journey. But yeah, I don't know. The thing that we had a chat about with Kat yesterday is basically having some sort of a skill-based map. I don't know if I shared it, not shared it, saved it. I doubt it. I didn't. God damn it. But something like the Jedi New Order skill tree, I guess. That's the thing. Something like this, where you start in the center, which is the katakana, hiragana thing that you kind of need to have, or you start on the side, whichever side you have, whatever, I don't care. And then you would have the ability to branch out and select, oh, I want to learn words and vocabulary for design related things. And so you get like a 100 word dictionary with that skill based, language specific based thinking. But as much as I love the concept of this for training, this is not a mobile UI friendly UI at all. Like, it's not gonna, branching out on something that is this thin is not really good to see. I could make the center point around here and then branch out to the right side or the left side, whichever side I want, but it's gonna be the same. Visually speaking, I'm extremely limited in the amount of thing that I can have. So that's why I don't know. That's why I don't know. But yes, it would, 100%. They kind of don't. They have, there is this one that I saw that is pretty cool overall. You still have everything, and you have the central points, which for me are gonna be like katakana, hiragana, and kanjis. Maybe radicals somewhere, but like that's the central point, the hubs that give you the ability to branch out. But then again, the thing that happens most of the time, did I save this thing? Did I just send it to Cat? I think I just sent it to Cat. God damn it. It was in there, I guess. Some of them are doing, I mean, a lot of these for sure, and I don't like that. But we don't really have skills tree in mobile game. Also, I don't play a lot of mobile games, so I'm unsure. Yeah, we have this. This is one of the most common that I'm seeing. Welcome back. Good laundry. Like it's usually that, and that doesn't work for me, because this is implying that you have one singular center point, which is true-ish. But I do have technically three, as in hiragana, radicals, and kanjis are linked together, and in that order you kind of need to grow through things. So I could just say hiragana first, that you, I mean, kana in general, that you need to have, and then the next point is a branching thing, similar to the Jedi thing. But most of the time it's things like this or things like this, where you start either in the middle and then you decide where you want to go, or and if I did that, which is okay, but if I did that for my skill tree, you would end up with the basics in the center, which is a specific page that contains the three options, and then you can branch out in dictionary forms. But yeah, the one of the things that I still haven't wrapped my head around and ensured in my head that it would be a feasible thing is, once again, the monetization side of things, because I can 100% do that, and this to me seems to work really well for free environment, But if I go into paid and you are in need of paying to unlock something that is in the visual path that you need to take, that is complicated. Yeah. Like that's weird. I mean, to me, it is weird. But yeah, that's the current mindset, at least for the dictionary section, where I'm like, 1,000 words is too much, so I need to split them out. That's the first thing. Going with the going with the dictionary 1, free content, and then dictionary 2 or module 2, not free or unlockable if you reached 1,000 words mastered, as a reward type of thing. That could be interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really unsure right now. Really unsure on what to do and how to present it. So yeah, that's the state of things. Also, again, I mean, I'm saying also a lot. In the heavy files and common words, which is what I'm using right now, each of the dictionaries are currently set into JSON files, which is not, and it's good, but it's not as efficient and practical as it should be, could be, might be, if I was using the native core UI or core data data structure, which is basically SQL Lite or SQL Lite database. That have a good food time. That every time I've tried to implement the core data structure, it broke. So that is bad and sad. And I need to figure out why and what I can do to ensure that things work. For now, nothing works. So yeah, we've done that, which is pretty good. We have a ton of visual alignments and details that have been added. Most of the light mode, gray mode works and is accessible. And right now, what we kind of need to do is either define the split and or define the landing page. I'm torn about doing the landing page now because the app isn't truly defined on its own. As I just said, like the dictionary section, the gamification sections, all of that is something that I don't have structured in my head entirely. And so that is complicated for me to just say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna start the landing page. So I don't know. I'm also thinking about this being the gray version that it is now, and looking at what I did in the beginning. This could be an option. It was the idea of having like the rudimentary grammar section right here about how Japanese is structured and what it is, the particles, all the thing that you need, and then you go into whichever hiragana or katakana to learn these characters, and then you move into kanjis. That was the initial plan. But I also have a feeling that if I go into game logic, I need the app to not be offline. And I don't like that. Right now everything is accessible offline and it's good, and you don't have an account, and if you change your phone you lose your progress, which is what I don't like. But if you keep your phone, you kind of good. So yeah, I don't want to implement too much of a gamification section. And cat, hi, welcome on in. And or structure to get that, because it's just it's complicated in my head. All right. Why? Why? So yeah, yeah, that's where we stand. That is where we stand for now. I added this. I didn't really add this, but I added this kind of thing, and we talked about it last week. Last week on Monday. Now this daily streak thing is tiny, it's cute, it works, I like it. What I need to do now is, after the first quiz, if you now reached or passed the first action that you need to do to reach your streak, you're gonna have that, which basically means I'm gonna just do the same thing that Duolingo is doing, which pisses me off. Everything is pissing me off. Oh yeah, you and your meetings with the US, that's crazy. So I do not know. And Stoney, you asked the question, what are we designing today? I don't know. Do you need something specific on your side? Are there things that we need to do that we haven't done? Don't tell me TV. I know what you're about to say. Nope. So yeah, Kat, by the way, when we chatted yesterday, this is where I was before we started to chat. And then I did this. And then I did this. And that. So I don't know. I'm also unsure about gamification on the app. I'm debating. I feel like it's a good idea, but also there's something about it that just doesn't work with me entirely yet. So yeah, also have been unable to think for the past few days. So that doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. But yeah, overall, good progress. I do like the gray theme. It makes no sense. The gray theme is pretty good. The other themes are also pretty good. But, you know, that whole thingy now, that's neat. We like that. It's a fun thing to add. Anywho. So I've been trying to figure out that gamification section and structure and all of that, and there is a ton of mind mapping slash work path options. And that's gonna be complicated. Like if I'm going back to what I said earlier about learning in a skill-based system where you define which kind or which types of vocabulary you want to have, this is gonna require a lot of curation on my side from the dictionary that I have access to that I can't really do. And I don't think I can automate it, which is kind of sad. I know that we have things, as you can see, have already started to split the JSON files into 100 blocks, which are lots. But the JM Dic or the JM dictionary is splitted into categories if it loads, because this is heavy. This one is the entire thing. Let me just do this. It has basically categories and oh shit, yeah, there is Dutch, yes. If you want. But they have like shit, geology, languages, martial arts, finances, like all of these options that exist that are available that are kind of useful. I already started to do some splitted options, but this is from the XML files, and the XML files are heavy, and transforming them into JSON is pretty simple, so that's good. I did that. But I don't know. The amount of entries that I have per category for now is small, and I don't like that. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I feel like there is something to be done about specifics, and you want to learn this specific thing. That's good.
TD Racing just resubscribed for 10 months.
yeah.
Holy macaroni and cheese.
I mean, macaroni and cheese sounds pretty good. Welcome on in, TD. Thanks a lot for the 10th month. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Enjoy the emotes in other people's streams. I'm polishing the Japanese learning app. Are you on iOS, TD? I forgot about that. I don't think you are. You may be. Maybe you are. No, you are. Yes, you are. Yes. Yes. If you don't mind, test out the app. You don't have any interest in it. But if you don't mind testing it out, that would be highly appreciated. It is a Japanese learning. Yes, I did. Japanese learning app, and it works. It's gonna be fine. And right now I'm basically thinking about the whole gamification and learning patterns and all of that. Some people have given me feedback about the hiragana katakana split. Right now when you're doing a quiz, you're getting both in there, and some people what do you mean I can create a short link? Not really. Oh. There will be one. Why? Why? There will be one. Maybe. Probably. At some point. Aren't you on iOS? Can't you just launch the thing and then say open on desktop? What do you mean it's not working? Um, what is it? Is it a bit.ly type of thing? No, not that. You drank on it pretty good. Oh, bit.ly. Oh, bad. If I had a website, yes, I could. But it's not. Ah, I see. Well, I'm guessing any shortened URL type of thing is gonna, yeah, kind of be bad, right? I guess that is probably an I. No, it's an L. It's an L? It's an L. God damn it. That's a short URL if you want to type that. Yeah, but I mean, TD said that he wanted to basically hand type the URL. But yeah. It might be. Yeah, there will be a branded URL because we have that. That is the website that I'm gonna have. I have the domain. I paid for the domain for 10 years. We're ready. I'm just waiting for the website to exist. And it's not the case just yet. AOA exists as well. I mean, the join link is already there. We already have it. Sorry, it's there. Oh, you mean in the can thing? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Maybe I can do that. At some point. Probably. One day. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate it. And to answer your question about this one, AOA.design exists still. AOA.studio still exist, and AOA.live still exist, but none of them are .com because the AAOA is the American blah 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 owner association. And that's bad. Yeah, I guess what I need to do. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. I appreciate that. Um, is this? I need that. Yeah. That way you can just type bento.me/a, which is my social. I forgot about that. But yeah, that works. Can make it bigger? No. Make it smaller? No. I guess this is the best. Probably. This is kind of tiny though. But yeah. This is the most branded that we have. Yeah, /a is cool. I fought to get it. And I got it. And I'm happy about it. Let me put this up. Basically, I got /AOA, but I didn't realize that I logged in with my company account, like my my previous company account. So I contacted the team and I said I logged in with my company account. Can I get it with my like can I transfer AOA to the other one? And they took too long to reply. So I tried to build like a new account with my main email address. And while I was doing it, I said, you know what? Let me try if I can have a /A. And it didn't work, but they came back to me and they said, well, you reserved the /A when you did the thing and it didn't really work because we don't really allow one letter thing. But since you asked, we'll give it to you. So I got it. And now now that they have been acquired by who is the company behind it? Now it's Linktree. That happens. So yeah, I absolutely lie in here. Yeah. You see how up to date I am? Everything is old. So yeah, now we have that here. I forgot about that. Anywho, so yeah, so now we have the /A on Bento, which is pretty good. It will also have the slash or exclamation mark can in the chat. By the way, exclamation mark can with 2 N's or can with 1 N. Both work. Can with 1 N is not available on the App Store, so I can't use that for the name of the app, and I needed to have 2 N's, so that's why the website is with 2 N's. Anywho, TD, for you, just you're gonna have like an onboarding from me to you direct thing so that you understand how it works and what you can do, what you can't do. It is, and also I can clip that and get a video about it. I'm gonna launch that as the, how's it called? God dang. Me in my head. A simulator. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. So that we have it bigger, I think. Might work. Might not. It's just slow. But can is a Japanese language learning app currently focused on kanjis and kanjis radicals based on vocabulary rather than learning characters themselves. Learning characters is necessary in the beginning. You need to learn your hiragana and katakana. That makes sense. It's the base of the language, so that needs to happen. But I kind of want you to learn more vocabulary things than just single characters. So we have elements in there. Can this thing load? Thank you. Come on. It's right there, but it's just not installed yet. And we good. God. So, when you launch the app for the first time and it works, tell me it works. It probably does. It might not. The simulator is so slow that is so sad. Yeah, you know, the app works. It's just the simulator on macOS is extremely slow. So when you launch the app, you get the sheet that explains some things, but basically you end up on the hiragana and katakana, the kana section that gives you the ability to just switch between the two, and you can see where or how they are written. Right now, the katakana and hiragana are displaying the exact same character as a preview. So that's kind of sad. Sad. What do you mean it doesn't look like that? What's missing? Did you install that on an iPad? That's what you're doing? So you get that. You have the ability at the bottom left corner to have or start a quiz, which is a set of questions based on your knowledge of the characters. If you don't know, or if you know the character, oh, interesting. If you if you know the character, you click on the right thing, it moves to the next one. If you don't know the character and you try something and you're like, maybe it's this one, and you're good. If you type on something that is not the right character, it's going to highlight the one that is supposed to be selected, and it gives you a bit of a hint of what it is, so you can move on. So this is the base of the quiz. It kind of makes sense to me, and you see if it works for you, but that's mostly for Japanese learners. For learning these characters, I'm coming to that. When you click on a character, you basically have it marked as seen. So you see this character, and then if you type on it again, you've seen it again, and then you can basically have your character in the about to be mastered state, which has this shiny effect in the background, and then if you click on it again, you end up with the mastered state, which is basically, god damn it, that's a lot of movement, which is basically transparent but still shiny because you just mastered the character. So this is the progress of the character, and they just light up throughout the quizzes and the tabs to ensure that you know which one you have seen and which one you haven't seen yet. So maybe you can say, oh, I have never seen this character, what is it? You click on it, you have a bit of an idea, you know how it's written, all of that. If you're someone that knows these things and you want to practice by just enumerating, naming the characters without playing the quiz. Right now, if I'm reading this, I can read in English form, in Romaji at the bottom, a, I, U, E, O, Kakiku, Keko, and that is way too easy for someone to just practice this way. So I added this tiny I at the bottom, which basically hides the reading. That way you can have the ability to just read the characters out loud for yourself, out loud for yourself. And if you're not sure, you can really quickly just say, oh, is it that? Oh yes, that's ne. I wasn't sure. That's an easy switch. That's the thing that I did. The next tab is the radical tabs. The radicals is basically the building blocks of the kanjis themselves. Some of them are kanjis on their own, but most of them are used and reused across different elements. And so these are basically structural things that you need to learn in order to have a bit of an idea of what a character's could or would mean. So we have characters in there. Let's use this one as an example. It means mountain. It's said Yama. It is an important character because it is used often. And then you have some related kanjis in there, and you can click on them and see, oh, that radical character that we just clicked on, we see where it is. We also know that this side is composed of these other radicals, and you can have that as a structural element to know how they are built. So that's the radical thing. It works the exact same way. You have the I if you know your radicals, but it's not usually not what's going to happen. And you have the quiz at the same place. And you have the kanjis, which are currently ordered in N levels, but this is wrong and bad. So for now, I'm just gonna kind of skip it. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. You have access to the characters themselves, and in each characters you have what are the radicals that compose that character. It's a tad broken. And you also have like related words underneath all of these things. I think I said that in the past or showcased that. Gives you this, which is bad, but it's better than nothing. Right? And so you can know how things are kind of pronounced. It's not entirely true. Like my Japanese teacher is telling me that sometimes the AI is not AI, but like the system is using a specific reading of a kanji rather than it's reading in that use case. So sometimes it's kind of weird, but debatable. Anyways, these are the base for the kanjis. You can learn that. You have the quizzes. It's good. And the part that I'm currently working on is the dictionary section, where you have dictionary words ordered in how often or common these words come in the language. So iku is one of the most common verbs, which is like going. And for moving, going to the cinema, you're gonna use iku, ikimasu, ikimasen. All of these conjugation, if you type on the verb itself, I know it's hidden, you have a conjugation wheel, which took me 2 months. No, it took me a good week to figure out. It's still broken. But that's an interesting thing because you have all of the conjugation potential and options in there. And then if you just wanted to know things, you can just read the dictionary and have some examples, listen to how they are said, all that. But in the quiz, this one, you also have the same thing. So you have your kind of base quiz, and you select the elements that you want. And sometimes you end up with these, which is you have the word mawaru, and you need to choose the right ending to make it into the must form. So if you know what it is, or if you don't know what it is, you can just select the thing. This is not the right answer, but let's say that you thought it was this, you press enter and it tells you that wasn't it. You should have said nakia instead of imasen. That's a pretty good addition for me. And I guess shit. I guess that's about it on the section. You have a bit of a progress section on your profile to know how many days you have used the app in a row and what you have currently mastered. So right now I have 11 kana that are mastered in that device, and no radicals, no words, no kanjis. And if you wanted to have that in a different color, like that, you can. Ta-da! It doesn't work inside of the thing. Pissing me off, but yeah. That's a good overall. I feel like that's a 10-minute video for no fucking reason because I went in details in everything. And you said you don't like the grain background. I think the reason might be because you are in light mode. Isn't it? Isn't it that? That you're currently in that forbidden state of light mode, which shouldn't exist. That whole thing is just bad. If you're someone who likes light mode, use that. Use the gray theme. I know it's boring, but it works. Works better than anything. Light mode is bad. So yeah. I really like this. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have it in gray, but I feel like it's closer to the initial design that I had. It makes more sense. So, yeah. But yeah, please, if you want to try the app, break the app. Do anything that you can to break the app. Also, I know that Denny is not here. I tried to implement the thing that we talked about, which is adding the tick sounds on the verb conjugation view for the will specifically, and it doesn't work. It should. It doesn't. So, yeah. What I did is I kind of bumped the haptics. So now the clicker wheel, I think it's on this one. It's probably on this one. Clicks better. Yeah, I guess. Clicks better is gonna be the thing. God damn, Xcode is just... Oh, I don't really know what happens every time that I'm asking Xcode to have the preview in Xcode and not on device or somewhere else. Because god damn. But yeah, now we have this thing that has ticks when you're scrolling through, which is pretty cool. You can feel the ticks. Not that it makes any difference, but it's nice feeling overall type of situation. Yeah, if you have feedbacks on that, feel free to either send me a DM or just send them in chat or send them on Twitter. I don't know, whichever. whichever works. Good. 5 minutes? No, you started before. That's what you mean by anticipated it, I guess. When you have like days like this, Kat, when you know that you have a meeting at 7:30, do you... Oh, you started at 10, so you didn't see what I said about the pages. I see. Do you start your workday later? I was saying, when we chatted yesterday, I was in that design before we started chatting. And then while we were chatting, I was here. And then I did this, which is bad, but it's better than nothing. And then I ended up here this morning. That it's bad. But it's fun. I think I'm gonna start with these for now, but I also really want to scratch my head on the skill tree Jedi New Order tree thing. I just don't know how to make it work for smaller screen. I feel like the iPhone 16 Pro Max is gonna be fine for a skill tree base thing, knowing the size of it. Like that's big. that's a big screen. And yeah. Like if I have one section that is right here, it's gonna be my navigations and all of my things, which is the safe zone. And then I'm getting the starting point, as I just said, somewhere around here. The tree is gonna be pretty simple and easy to do, as in I'm gonna end up like doing shit like this. Oh, fuck. So close. Yeah. I mean, I know that because you have all of these right here. That just popped in this morning. Usually it's Jonathan right there playing Borderlands or other games, but like today it's just you. Which happened. So yeah, I have a feeling that this is gonna be kind of the easiest way for me to structure the system. Just concentric circles, and then kind of the modes that I can get the user to play with are gonna be electron based around these circles. This song, the same as you? Or you mean Cat? Because I'm doubting that you're playing the same song as me. That's for sure. I mean, this song is Stream Beats free sale, so I doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, that's the kind of potential skill-based or skill tree-based navigation that I think as a system could potentially work, because it can grow up but it's also really weird to me to think of it as what we have on this one. I love the concept as well, but it's not really applicable. That's what I'm like highly debating about. Oh, that's tiny. Because if I'm using this, which is a highly pixelated right now, but if I'm using this as a base structure for kind of the concept that I have, this central point, that is where your player is standing when you're in the game, is gonna be your initial starting point for me. That's the Kana section. You need to pass through that at some point, and then you need to move into whatever the fuck you want. But you're gonna move to the radicals, which is the first one, and then you can either go into dictionaries directly, or you want to go into something different, as in just kanjis. That's the idea. But if you were to go into dictionaries, but you wanted to learn about, I don't know, design stuff, and I defined that the design stuff were here, it kind of implies that you need to go through technical knowledge, then followed by something else, then followed by something else to reach design related content. So I don't, that's why I'm like kind of unsure. I agree that the concept is really cool. I don't know about the feasibility of it. Like, you would need a shortcut, which you kind of see or kind of have. If we look at the map, there is like a line that still isn't marked but is accessible. So it kind of would mean you could do that. Did I just freeze again? I just did. I see. This is good though. I'm back. Seems like it. But yeah, you see what I'm saying with that? It seems good to an extent. It's a good concept. It would work. It's just the path is not pathing, and I can't have the user do that. For example, I mean, I could, but it would be weird to just highlight one singular straight line when other things could be active. So to me, it kind of implies that I have to have some sort of a structure to the learning, with base foundation followed by common word 100, 200, 400, and then once you have a certain amount of common word, you would have a free roaming option, which is basically why I kind of think that this one is better. Did I save it? Did I not save it? I didn't save it. What? I'm gonna put that on Figma directly so that I have a save. I like this one as well. A lot. Oh yeah, true. I can't do that. Oh! I really like the design of this overall thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm not doing anything at all, right? You saw nothing. I'm doing reference checks. But yeah, this is kind of the current-ish views that I have. Using that formation, I guess, of central and then floral pattern could be a good thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Nothing happened. This is gonna be wrong again. I need a rectangle between that and that. That and that, yeah. Oh. Huh. Impressive. So this is the kind of easier option where you kind of need to go through these 3 things or 4 things after going from the center. But the thing is, going into free roaming from there is more... I mean, brain is conflicting. This is fun. This is good. But these two imply a learning path or skill path, whereas this is mostly, there is no real direct link in between things. It's ordered in a certain way, and you can define if you want to go to 1 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 on this one, and that's the idea. So you have your base, and when you have unlocked your base or mastered your base, you can just expand and define where you want to put your skills in. So that's an option. And it would probably, for me, it would probably just take that section, right, as a skill tree on a wider range, maybe having like 2 over here because we have the space. But yeah, and that would give you the ability to just select, like, say, oh, this is design, and you can unlock that whenever. I kind of like the 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3 system to kind of have the thing of a non-path. I don't think that's an option. I don't think that would be an option because you wouldn't be... Huh. I have a hard time defining how you define the skills that you want to go then. Because if you are not here, if you are here in the home screen and you say, I'm mastering Kana, which is the base. That makes sense. And then you move on to define the path that you want directly through dictionaries. And you say, through dictionaries, I'm going to take the design path. And once you have mastered this, it goes into your profile completion skill tree, saying that you went through the Kana section and then you have now a new skill addition that is going to be design. I don't see how it works. Like that's the thing. It doesn't really, like the profile section doesn't have any usefulness, if that's the case, if I'm putting that in the profile, because it just tells me it just tells me you decided to go through that, and it's kind of gonna be linear in a way. Like you're gonna go through rudimentary things, foundational, and then you decide which dictionary you take, and it highlights that thing. I think it's gonna be easy if I have not a predefined path, but a predefined amount of blocks to showcase. Because if I'm here, let's say that's the idea. I'm here and I decided to go through the design section right there, and so that's the, let's do that in blue because blue seems to be bright enough. Right, that's the path that you have. So you have that path that highlights, and then this one is at 1 out of 3 or something if we have multiple levels. I don't know. But then from that, you decided to go to something else, which is also linked to this one. So you're gonna have a secondary option that does this. So now you know that from this initial thing, you went into a secondary kind of dictionary to get that. But then from here, you decided to go there. And these two are kind of linked, but this one, even though it's after the first level of like foundational, school level, entry level, and then all of the other ones are linked to each other in a way. You could have some sort of a path made, but yeah. I don't want to have a path. I want to avoid path at all cost, because it is Duolingo behavior to have a path. But also it kind of helps the user to know where they are in the learning journey. But I love the thinking of skill-based structure, because it makes way more sense to just give the user the fact that, oh, you have access to this, you need to do that. Like that is a necessary thing. You need to master your hiragana and katakana to move on. And then from there, you can expand to either go into learning radicals, learning kanjis, learning dictionaries. And once you select which one you want to go to, maybe it could rotate because everything is rotating, but it could like align with your initial points. Like we could have, I'm gonna attempt something. We could have that, and let's see, can I do that? Holy shit, that's so bad. That's not enough rotation. Ugh. Sorry, this is real bad. Like, let's say you had that, right? Kana is the base that you absolutely need to go through, and then you can define if you want to go through the radicals, the kanjis, or the dictionaries. And if this was your choice, and this is going to be bad, but it could work. And you wanted to go through that, the entire system just rotates to tells you, oh, you're gonna take that path now, which is like the linear path. And then when you select the next level, you could have that thing rotate and align the one that you have selected here, so that we keep that structure, or not structure, but like that weird ass navigation that I made, with more arched options. But that could be a thing, I don't know. Could. The thing with the skill tree here, it doesn't really have a predefined path. It has the, as I said, it has the initial points. And if you just want to go straight, you can just skill up straight up. It will hint that you will need to go on the side at some point, because you have things that can only be accessible through the side. But yeah, it, like, if from the path on the stone, I could have done that. Like from here, I could have go there directly. I think from how it's have been built on this game, it's a layer by layer growth, which is good. It's user growth overall, but it's just yeah. But that makes sense in a game mechanic. In a language learning, it doesn't. At least it doesn't to me, because you don't really have a choice in the language learning things. At least in the beginning, you need to do, at a minimum, understanding of the characters that you're about to read, the composition of the sentences, and the basic conjugation of verbs. Larkham, hi. Good evening. How is you? And then you can roam free and learn some vocabs and do other things. But before that, you don't really have the option. So you see, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Oh. That's simpler. That's mobile friendly though. And I'm guessing these stones are also stone that you can restore. Huh. That's cute. And knowing that we have skill tree here, I'm gonna see if we have skill tree there. And we do. The one that I'm used to is this one, because it has skill tree through a skill tree. So you start here, you define which one you have, you get the jump power or the far reach power in the beginning, And then from there, you can define which one you want to upgrade, not upgrade, do that. But if you select one of these, it then highlights here and it gives you the tree for that specific skill. So I guess for me, right now, it's gonna be, that's the first skill, which is kana, hiragana and katakana. And then the upgrade of that skill is knowing that if you have ka at the end of a word, it's usually used as a question. If you have wa as a particle in the middle of a sentence, it's an object or subject definer particle. If you have no, it's a possessive defining particle, and that's the upgrade of understanding how this specific skill works of the hiragana. But that is entirely rethinking how I build the app so far, which is fine, right? It's okay. I don't want to lose the progress I made, but you know, So that's an option as a sub-level skill tree. The other ones, though, yeah, similar based. This is also interesting. Not great, but interesting. That is the classic. You start here and then you can improve on specifics. So you have, for me, it would be going up rather than going down, but it's the same idea. You can improve in skills in one domain by one domain. That is really structural. The one that I just said with the arched is basically that. It's the same. You start here and then you upgrade, and then you have your path, and you can define by potentially scroll wheel what you want to work on. Options, I don't like it. That's the one you sent, which is simpler. And it works. But we all have the same thing, which is what pisses me off. It's just, they all have, on video games, they all have the same concept of central elements and then expanding around or through. Yeah. Like that is, you have multiple skills and you can just upgrade that skill, but that's not a thing that I could do in a Japanese learning app right now in my head. And I like it, but I don't like it. That's the brain section right now. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Like, this is chaos. I like it, but chaos. These are weird. These makes no sense for the concept that I have. Like, you can't just upgrade one thing. though we could have XPs and use XP or gems or in-app currency, have a good look, to build the thing. I do like this one a lot. Also, Larkin, what is your Framer related question? Please ask. Put me out of thinking about this tree thingy. Please. God damn, everything is so tiny. I do like it though. It doesn't make sense either. The logic of that is just not popping in. I may need one of these. To help me, like, structure things. I think you need at least to start with Canada. That's the thing, and then you have multiple options. I think you can either go into grammar, maybe, which will then move into, I mean, not grammar. I think structure first, and then grammar with a regular R, and then I guess saying. Have a good luck. I appreciate it. Or like language quirks is probably gonna be the thing that comes when you have like spoken slangs and other things that is an upgrade from grammar. You have the grammar and then you understand how the language works. So that, I think, is going to be the thing. On the other end, you would have the radical that then move into the kanjis that then move into words, which you kind of already learned through that. That's the thing that is kind of weird to me, because you would have learned some words when you went through grammar. That's the thing that I don't know. And then you have dictionaries that just go into specialization, whichever, and that's about it. But that's the structure. If you have words, you can also have specialized word. Oh, how do you structure that? If you get I guess we need something here. In between the dictionary and the specialization, you kind of need the basic structures or the basic sentences. But the thing is that sentences are going to go into language quirks as well. Dictionaries is words, technically. So yeah, that pissed me off. You're gonna have words here, but not there. And kanjis are gonna go into specialized words. And language quirks is basically specialized language or special grammar. As in the example that I have here, that saying right here, the kanakya, is mostly a colloquial, whatever. It's a saying rather than a real grammar point. Like kanakya is nakata type of ending, so it's a different thing, but still taken into consideration when you are saying things. So specialization on grammar. Huh. I guess you would have entry words or common words, which is what we have right now. Common words. Yeah. That's the 4 entries. Is it? I don't know. Also, why is that not my icons? Why? Why? Oh shit, that's what happened. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't think I like it. As a path option, I feel like this is gonna be too confusing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am, as always. Did I do that? I did. I got that. And yes, I need to make everything visual. That just helps. Doesn't necessarily helps everyone, but it does help me. So I'm doing that. I guess. What I don't like, because obviously, is that this is not. I heard not gonna be useful to me, and the structure needs to be kinda useful to me, in a way. And why I'm saying this is because the structure is things that I have kind of quickly learned, but also I don't have any material to help someone new understand how that kind of structure works. Like I'm not I I can teach design, but teaching Japanese is something that is absolutely different to me. So I I don't know. You haven't answered my question. Also, Figma just broke everything? What happened? Okay, now we're good. If I go... That is just cosmetic. That makes absolutely no difference. I am just procrastinating. Shit. No! So yeah, Malcolm, what is your question about Framer? This is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Even like this, it's not gonna work. But I think this is the current structure or overall structure of that. What about components? They work the exact same way as Figma. No, they work the exact same way as Sketch. If you have knowledge of Sketch, you have knowledge of Framer components. I don't think you do. So we can go over that. That's an option, yes. I also kind of currently am extremely far away from where I'm used to be. I think Framer has an update pending, so I might have to restart it. Right now, the website for the app is this, which is not good. But it is there, so that's the thing. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to make this a component, and that is going to be a reusable element in my Framer website, which right now it has like kind of the same design, but this one is a bit smaller, and this one is just center instead of left align, right? That's the base. So in here I can say create component right there, and from there it's going to tell me what is the title of this thing. That is going to be pretty simple, right? So far so good. If I say this is my text header or header text, whatever, I don't care. This is now a component, and if I want a state of this thing, I can just press on the hover state. It's gonna tell me, oh, that's the hover state, and maybe it has, I don't know, fill color that changed to white at 4%. Therefore, that's the change. That's about it. And then when I'm here and I'm playing the preview, on hover, it's just gonna have the effect. And that's about it. It's not much more complicated than that. If you want like specific, very simple state elements. What is the specific components you have in mind? Tell me. Tell me. But that's it. Give me the information. Like that footer is supposed to be a component as well. That entire website is supposed to be a component. That thing is so bad. But we need to work on that at some point, so it's gonna be a thing. It is gonna be a thing. Let me just quit all of the memory hoggers that we have so that I don't end up with no power for this. While you're giving me the component that you want, I'm gonna pee. Yes. Oh, god damn. Yes, I did. Still have water underneath my ring. So you say you want basically a section, right? You want that. You have an H1 text that is about 50% of your screen width. You put that into a frame and made the frame a component. The first problem is now the text kept its desktop sizing on mobile. I guess I can solve that by changing the size from pixels to fit. Yes. So if you have this thing right there, in the text, can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Yeah, that's not what needs to happen. So text-based format, the sizes right here, is if you type 100%, it's going to take 100% of the screen that it's in, and that's gonna kind of match whichever platform it has. So this is gonna be like 100%, and it just work. And if you had the thing specifically, that thing that you needed to have at 50%, you can 100% just say like 50, not 500%, 50%. It will always be 50% off that specific width. That's the first thing. If you don't want that, which I think you don't, but also I don't fucking know. And it's mostly the difference in between this, and this, as in the text is a different size based on the screen size. You can add that as a property. So if I'm taking this and I'm creating a component again, and I'm gonna recall that header, or can I type header block, whatever. Now I pressed the wrong keys. Yes. Okay. Now that I have made this thing in my regular thing, here you can see that the text is the same, which is basically what happens for you. What you need to do is create a variant of this for the version that you kind of want to have. So for me, for example, in the center one is going to be a variant with centers, and then I have another one, and this is going to be for mobile, and that thing is going to be smaller than what it is now. So instead of being 72, I'm going to put that in like, I don't know, 48, because it makes sense on mobile. I can resize things, right? So if you create a variant of the frame, you then have to say in here, this one is going to use the variant 2, and this one is going to use the variant 3. You have the 3 versions of that component. Then I created a variant of the frame, and each variant changed the text font. Tried making a slider to switch between variant, but failed that part. You want a slider to showcase that needs to be part of the component itself. So if I had that, and I'm getting that. No. That. That's my frame. And then inside of this, let's add a frame in. That frame is gonna be, let's do blue for now because it's gonna be easier for me to just get that centered here. And then on this one, it's gonna be centered here. And on this one, it's gonna be on the other side. And so from that, what you want to do is make sure that if you click on that, and this is not an on click, but it might be like something different, depends, but usually it's on click. On click, it's going to be easier. You go there, and then from here, you go there, but then from here, it's going back here. And this one is supposed to also go to the other side, which is why the on drag is going to be easier. But with that in mind, technically speaking, if I'm there and I'm starting to press that, it's going to do this, which is good-ish. But you should be able to have like a draggable element with no issues. I think there was. I am currently unaware. Yeah. As far as I know, it doesn't really have an option for that. Let me check. I just... No, I can't. Cool. You don't really have the on drag that Figma has. Again, as far as I remember, it's been more than a year that I've touched Framer. I guess the best option for you is not to have an on drag, but mostly have a segment control. So that could work if you have 5.
Flora to be just resubscribed for 6 months. Yo.
Well, come on in, Flora. Well, thanks a lot for the resub. I appreciate that. How are you? How is your day going? You don't need arrows left and right. Like right now I'm just doing 4 because that's gonna be easier for me. But if I'm just doing that and I'm getting like variants 2, 3, and 4, and I'm then getting 1, 2, 3, and 4 to have like an opacity that is different, which I did dot 32, which is really bad, but whatever. Here, I can then just say this is going here on click, this is going there, this is going bitch, this is going there, and this one, the last one, is going to the last one. And so now if I'm playing this, I have the selections for whichever things I wanted to have. And that's basically it. That's the option. And you can have like a ton of things in the background that helps you navigate or visually navigate. As in if I had that as a frame, this frame, let's put that in blue so it's visible. And let's put that at the bottom. What did I say? At the bottom. Call that selector. And then when I'm here, just gonna move it. Ah! And then you get your selector background to follow through, right? It's not the best, but it does what you need it to work. So you know, like that's fine. I have like plenty of these. I've made plenty of these in the past. They kind of work. But it's the same thing, right? Now that this is a component, if I start this is going to be there, and I can have that working. And if you needed this on top of an other component, you would need basically to have the same amount of variants from that main component with each of the selected based on the variants of this one. So it's duplicating content for no reason. So there. But yeah, this is kind of the easiest way, I guess, to get these to work. Bitch! So that happens. But other than that, there's not much that you can do for a slider, I don't think. I would say Framer University is gonna be a pretty good place for you to get like some resources and specifically some elements that do exactly what you're looking for. So in there is probably like a slider or segment control, like that. pitch. He changed the thing. But like that. That's basically the ID, right? Like if you're looking for something like this, that works also. Is that like different pictures every time? No, almost, kinda, whatever. So they might have things in there. They might have things in there that would do exactly what you're looking for. Right now I'm looking to do this effect for my button, so I'm probably going to reuse that button at some point. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It does look pretty cool. I forgot if it's on, yeah, it is on hover only. That kind of wave thing is pretty neat. And now my brain is going into how the fuck do I do that?
Croissant.
They do that, I see. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that works. Yeah, that's what they are doing. That's interesting. That's an interesting way of implementing this. Jonathan, hi. Welcome in. Basically, they have like a secondary element that will take the width of the button at the endpoint, but also resize itself to the center, be less visible, and also blurred. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty good. I added a ton of things today on the app, and I reverted and re-added stuff and re-reverted and tried to fix what Jan said around here about the fact that when you are opening the quiz for the first time and there is a character that shows up, and also good job on landing, I just saw that. and you don't continue the quiz, you just close the quiz, you end up being or having the character count anyways. So that's the thing that I'm like, I don't know if it's good, because if I'm here and I launch the app, also I did the light mode option, which is basically just using gray instead of using anything else. And it's really good. I like it. I like it in light mode, which makes no sense, but I like it in light mode. Let me put you, bitch. Let me put you here. Look at that. That works. Anyways, what he's saying is that if I'm here and I'm launching the quiz, the O character, I just saw that. And now the O character that is going to be in there for the previous version was counted as seen. So now I fixed it, which is good. It doesn't really count. If you just do that, it's good. And it only counts if you do a success. So now the he character is supposed to be seen, but right now it's broken. So I'm gonna need to figure it out. I forgot if it's on end or if it's only during the carousel thing. I also added this amazing effect in the background. Yeah, these are supposed to have been seen, and now they haven't updated themselves. That's bad. Why? Like so is supposed to go through, and now it's not. Yeah, I mean, the initial take on that was to have it here, as I just said, on Monday. It's basically when that happens, I wanted to have the particles to flicker red if it's a mistake or green if it's good. Because when you are here and you make a good decision, you don't really have a lot of feedbacks on what you selected as good. You just have you moved on, and this is green at the top. But if you had like a bit of a wave similar to that wave that we have right there on hover, that could be interesting with the particles to just yeah. I mean, the rest of the app is not that much designed. It's not. But yes, I agree. The thing is, I don't want to have oh, that's gonna piss me off. I don't want to have the regular behavior in the quiz thing of what we have on other platforms. So I don't know, but yes, there will be like gradients, there will be insetted things. The main ID that I have right now is for the selections, the options, which is basically based on the 15 thingy that they have at the top right there. I really like these insets. They are tiny, they make sense, they are cute. The thing is, inner shadows don't seem to exist on SwiftUI for now, for me. So yeah, for the selection, for the options, for the 4 options, I feel like this is going to be a good ID in terms of physical elements. And so adding the animated background is going to be a pretty addition, I'd say. But yeah, I agree that it's like the quizzes themselves, that is too Duolingo-like for me to do that. But yes, probably. I like their sliding in option to get things in, but yeah. Yeah. That's the only option, which is pissing me off. I mean, I don't know how old this question is. It seems 2020, so that's fine. But yeah, it's basically what you have to do is you take your thing, you add a background to it, and then you add an element inside of it that basically clips itself, and you blur it, and it's inside of that container. And it pissed me off because an inner shadow should just be an inner shadow. But apparently, now we have fill shadow inner radius. And I didn't know that. I tried it. I tried to do shadow dot inner and parentheses. The thing is, fill is probably gonna not work with what I want it to work with. But we're gonna try it out right now. I know exactly where we need to put it, so let me see. guess let's do that on the quiz view. Is it that on the quiz view? Yeah, that's not the right element. Yeah, that's the quiz check view. That's not what we need. And if I just go in the quiz view, I'm not gonna have the options. I don't think I will. Focus view, that's the base here. Then we have a question section. I'm so lost in all of that most of the time. It's just, I don't really know how to do that. Like adding a preview. I tried to add preview the same way that this works, but it's just, I don't have the knowledge of these properties that needs to go through. And yeah, it's just, it makes no sense to me. That's the quiz completion view, which is not the thing that I need. The thing that I need is the question container, and I need to change the answer thing here. The thing is that rectangle or frame is going to take something. Let's see what happens if I do that. Let's do that. Let's do a radius of 10. No. And let's see. I don't know what I put it. Come on, Xcode. You can do that. It's okay. See? That not working. Because would that work if it's just shadow dash inner? It could be good. Nope. That broke more stuff than expected. That broke stuff on the widget. Like the one that we had here was on the widget, which is just not good. So I think it's mostly the parenthesis. We have just one parenthesis here, one parenthesis here, so this one basically doesn't really exist or is not necessary. But if I'm building this is gonna break. Also, this is breaking twice, so I'm not, I just hate not having the preview, so I'm just gonna check things in another tab that give me a preview that I kind of know how to play with. My tab bar, that's my curved bar geometry for the selector. And if I had this running, just make it work. What are you saying no right there? You see, that makes no sense. Because I just did that. I didn't do anything else. And you are just not good. So, let's clean the build. Quit Xcode. Take a drink. Take a drink, have a drink, have a sip thingy, and hope for the best. Maybe I just broke the whole thing. You know, normal activities. I don't think I have committed my code before that broke. So, if it's broken, it's broken. And I lost everything. I don't know if it's a my computer thing or just an Xcode thing, being a bitch and not having the ability to move fast. I don't know. But god damn, is it slow. Okay, so that loads. Cool. For the selector thing right here, if I just paste that, that's broken. I'm gonna attempt to place it here, which is like a better placement, but at least we have, it is missing the argument color in the call, so I'm guessing this is probably gonna be here, color black. That makes sense, but then the incorrect argument label in calls to have underneath color that is expected. I know I can fix that. But now the CG float has no member black. And I'm guessing that this is only that or that. No. But that is just a base, so I'm gonna use my trusty thing. I'm also gonna kind of check what they have. They do have that right there. Huh. All right. I guess. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't think on the text is gonna be a good idea, but all right. I love cursor for what I'm doing because it makes sense, but it's just expensive. I'm gonna say that. Okay, cool. As in, right? Because you know. I'm using the premium model. I'm using premium is 500 entries. I'm already on 447 because of the way that I'm speaking and asking things, and I'm also wanting to do like small chunks, and small chunks. So I'm paying double. My cursor plan renew on the 10th. It is the 16th. In 6 days, I have made almost 500 requests to have the request done like quickly. But the way that it works is so useful for me to just have the things changed and updated without me having to do anything, and just attempt to see things working. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit expensive because this thing is gonna be like, it's $20 a month for 500 requests, which I do like, because it's not like an increasing amount. Like you just have 1,000. It's twice the amount that you're paying. So right now I'm paying $40 a month to get that to work, and yeah, it's just not good. So right now, to limit the amount of question that I'm asking, I'm also going through Claude directly because I have a premium account there, but I also have a premium account on ChatGPT. So technically speaking, I have access to all of these things, and yeah, cursor is pretty good for me. It does the thing that I'm missing, which is auto-completion and showcasing stuff. Yes. Okay, so this is the dot inner dash, right? That's the structure that we want. Huh. Maybe. I don't know, I don't use that. Oh, yeah, that. Isn't it this one? What the fuck? Yeah, I think I have tried something, but You're expecting a closing bracket? Why? 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 Here? At the end of this? Is that gonna be just int because it's let Regis be Regis? No? No. Then color is already there. It's been helpful so much. Also, you see how I prompt cursor. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking, and then pressing the button, then accepting the things, and saving and seeing if it works. And if it doesn't work, it happens. Yeah. So. Oh, it's this. My bad. If I'm doing that, which is supposed to work based on the thing, what the fuck? That seems to work. That seems to work, though I can't see. I see. So it does the thing. I don't get it. Right? Like it's, to me, it looks like it's the same thing. You have shadow, inner, color, define, white, and then this one is supposed to be a color RGB. Good, whatever. I don't think this is really necessary. I think I should be able to get my accent color. Shit. Why can't I type? Is it accent color? No. Let me just use primary for this. Alright. Primary is going to be fine. Primary is not going to be fine. God damn it. Why are they using RGB? I don't care though. Like that radius of 30. Can I just not... Just dot black should just work. It does. I see. How is this black? Tell me. How? Fuck. We don't have a... Yeah, we don't have that. Why is that not working? Like dot white should work. And just white shouldn't work? Yeah. And if I do color dot white on this one, does that work? It does. Cool. And now it's black. Okay. So, with no X offset nor Y offset and a radius of 30, that's too much. Good. Radius of 10? That's better. I think this is only gonna work on a rectangle element because I need the dot fill dot inner shadow. I think that's the that's the main point on this one. It needs that, and then because my main idea or my main goal is to achieve this. You know, I've been attempting to do that because this is an inner shadow and it looks much better than what I currently have. And it would give you a bit of a separation with the background, a bit better than what it is right now, specifically in light mode. So that being a stroke and not a solid element, I have a feeling that this is not gonna work if I just attempt to put it there. It's basically supposed to be right here. Put a dot fill on the curved geometry. I don't think that's gonna work. And if I'm going back to this to define the value, I can't really create that. That's the path. Can I apply that to the path? No. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah. The inner shadow can't. The thing is, can I just use that on a stroke instead of a fill? Yeah, the thing is, it's not a curved geometry, it's a stroke. Which is the reason why most of my design choices don't work, because it's just it's just there. It's just God damn it! That's not the right thing. It's just a stroke. So yeah, it's the outside element. Figma does it. God damn it! Such a habit. Figma does it really well because Figma is based on pixels, and so it takes the bounds of the pixel. But if I'm doing the right click, the copy as code for iOS, for example, that is not really what we are getting. So it's kind of non-working. And also it gives me think that I don't really have any idea how they work. So my only option here is to do that. I mean, please do buy a Mac, buy a small ass. Also, this drops today. I don't know if you've seen that. But buy one of these. Like, buy one of these. You already have a display probably, and plugging that into a display is pretty simple and pretty easy. And if you go into the refurbished section of where you are, they usually have some Mac Mini in there, and you can 100% get something for way less than how much it's supposed to cost. So yeah, yeah, Chris. I know. I mean, the only option that I have, and I kind of saw that happen, is to. It is kind of weird, but it's to build that cybersect. Hi, what on it? It's to build that inner shadow with, like, outlines, if that makes sense. Shit. Well, I'm sorry about that. That's not what I'm trying to do. The only crazy gradient that I could... No, sorry, let me rephrase that. The only way that I found to achieve what I'm trying to do is to get my background to be used as a physical mask, and then to use... So I need like multiple of them, and then to use like a blur on the thing. I know that sounds like I'm saying weird ass stuff. Bitch, what the fuck did I say? Dang, these two, yes. Basically, I need this one on the top to have an effect, and the effect is going to be a layer blur, and that layer blur is going to have this kind of thing, and the one that is in the background, the blue one, is duplicated. And then these three are in the same frame, which is the case, but the one that is in the background is using, or is used as a mask to get that kind of effect. And if I'm doing that, right, and I'm getting that color to take this thing but a tad lighter, it gives me a similar ID. But if I'm doing that, then I'm losing the transparency of the element, and I don't want that. So it's a pain. That's all I have to say. It's been a pain, and that's why the design is not this. But I need the transparency. Transparency is what makes it good. And same thing for the selector itself. It needs like to have so much shit. So Yeah. The other thing that I've seen was, or option that I have, is to basically outline that shape. And so just get that, remove the radial because it makes no sense, and output this either as an SVG or as a PNG or as an outlined element, so that it always have the exact same curve, it always have the exact same radius, it always have everything. And now this is basically a rectangle, and I can like it's a fill thing, but that basically stop it from like resizing itself based on the screen size. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It stops it from properly matching the selector curve. And that pissed me off. So that's why I didn't. But yeah, like the copy code as iOS here, now that it's an outlined thing, I doubt that this would do anything anyways. But you know, I never know. I never know. I'm gonna say something that is probably true. I don't think Swift is limiting. I think I'm a dumbass that doesn't know what they are doing. And yeah, that's about it. I'm sure someone that has the knowledge would probably have the option to do what I'm trying to do, but because I'm limited, oh no, you're 100% are encouraged to agree. Because I'm limited and I'm only having like ChatGPT and others to do that, it just doesn't work entirely because I can't prompt them properly.
It's muscle time!
I mean, go do that, Larkin and Debsy. All these legal points. Wizard Zoom. You got 4. We might be starting 4 now. I don't know. That might be a thing. That might be a thing. I don't know. I felt like it. What the fuck is that? Anywho. So yeah, that. I see. Yeah. I did stop. Yeah. I mean, I kind of do isometric holds, which are fine, but yeah. I just did 4 like a second ago, so you know, we good. But there is so much things that I wish I knew about Swift UI and how it works. But god damn, is it not how it's supposed to work? So far. Like, there is no mention here of the inner shadow option. They just give you, oh, that's a shadow. Cool. And then you go. So, yeah. Dang. One of the things that I kind of wanted to do as well is, one of the things that I could do is use metal to create a shader to apply said shader on top of the shape, and that would probably give me an inner shadow. But yeah, dang. Probably. Ashley, hi, welcome on in. How are you?
L_B_Ashley just resubscribed for 11 months. Tardan.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh. Ah, I need that. How the fuck? And thanks a lot for the resub, I appreciate that. 11 months. Thank you. Welcome back. My shader is dot metal is what I need to type and have this done here. Seems. Dang. But then it's saying that in my color effect I need to apply this to that, which is the same thing, which changes nothing, which is sad. Oh. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. Maybe I need to change something. Like that is not making any sense at all. And I understand that metal in general is not supposed to be used for styling. It's supposed to be only used for like heavy visuals, as in the now native Siri thing, right? But god damn, is it a pain? It's going pretty well. I'm tired. That happens. I build an app from scratch using AI mainly, and it's pretty cool. Other than that, yeah. Jonathan, it's because the initial things, the bits are basically triggering some TTS, and 100 bits is a specific amount of money, which is not much, but it's something. And that basically ensure that the TTS trigger is not triggered. Kinda. Also, you see how and why. And I'm using all of my credits on this fucking thing. Oh! And again, going back to what Stoney said on live stream on Monday, basically, he does have the knowledge and the vocabulary to ask the right question in the right spots. And yeah, I don't. So when I'm asking something to Claude, it's just not good. Yeah, that pisses me off so much. Like if I knew the regular terms or the things that needs to be used and how I should prompt it, it would be an easier task for me, but it's not the case. So, you know, that. No. What Cursor is making me be able to write more code with Cursor, so I'm not spending less. Specifically me, I'm mostly using AI for everything. It makes more sense. Yes, I have. The thing is, it's going back to the same issue, is that I can prompt it to give me a good prompt. I mean, I can use ChatGPT to prompt itself. Like that's a thing that I've done in the past to get like the best prompt option. But overall, it's just in the prompt engineering language thingy that they are like kind of giving. Yeah, it is. It requires me to know some words that I don't, if that makes sense. I'm currently spending about $80 per month on ChatGPT, Claude, and Cursor combined. Yeah. And if I didn't, we wouldn't have an app. So you know. Again, if you know what you're doing, and you know how to code, and you know what to expect, I think you don't need that much. But yeah. Yeah. But you have the skills. Like it's basically No. Yes and no. So there is a ton of other AI models, AI apps that gives you access to much like at the same price. But the main difference and the reason why I like it here is because it's basically in the IDE directly, and I can just ask it to create a new file, do something, press enter, modify the file later. Like there is a ton of things in there in terms of design choices that like I know how to do by now that I didn't know how to do in the beginning, but now I do. It's much better. But as I said, all of the current design style things is stuff that I can have. The thing is, again, I agree with that, but the thing that we are here, like for example, the cheat sheet of words that I don't know are gonna come from the Apple developer documentation. And as you can see right here, the inner shadow in the Apple developer doc isn't there. So even even the AI wouldn't really be able to give me that. So like dot inner is another thing. We have inner color that is inside of the getting shadow style, but it's a function now compared to what we had. And so it's a different way here to implement an inner shadow compared to what we saw a second ago. Captain Geek, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? I guess maybe shit. Dang. Yep, that. So it's false. Because it doesn't have the knowledge for this when it technically does exist right there, which is the function inner for shadow. And what it's giving me, ChatGPT, right now is the initial methods, which is having a rectangle with the element being basically a mask of itself. And then getting that. I'm doing that in ChatGPT because I have credits to not burn through for just a question. And now this one is good, but also not good at the same time. Because that is weird. I don't know. I'm gonna test it out because right now it doesn't give me anything. So I'm just asking it to give me like a bit of a preview example things. Sup, Paul? Hi, welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? And then from there, I should have done that the other way. Force of habit. Yeah. That is not what I need here. And so I can't do that. Key. That's supposed to work. That doesn't seem too low. At least it doesn't break. It's a pretty good thing. I mean, yeah, you said that here and then that there again, but yeah. I mean, that is different. Yeah, that works. To an extent. Shit. I doubt that this would work. Highly doubt it. Because of, yeah. Dang. Shit. Again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's usually my system. I just don't care. I just paste the errors and see. But that's one of the things that I don't like also, going back to Larkham, your question about using perplexity either, is like here, it's giving me the data or the code that I need, technically, to make it work. My ability to know exactly how it's supposed to be implemented is extremely limited. So using that is easier for me to converse and kind of get that. Like, I don't know. Just makes more sense. Because I can then just do that. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So it works as in giving me the inset if the thing is filled. So that's not an option. So my only option here is to get basically the thing outlined if I want to have the same effect. That's about it. Anyways. This is a cosmetic change, and I don't care about that much yet. Still. I seem that I've missed some things, but no, I haven't. Cool. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, going back to what we said, I don't think it is Swift UI being limiting because of some of the thing that I've done. What did I say? I think it's mostly me being a dumbass and not knowing what I need to do. Also, not really understanding how things happen based on my lack of knowledge of SwiftUI. But like this, which I talked about in the past. But the transition, no, I don't care about these visuals now. I do care about them, but that's the thing that can be added later, like the tab bar overall works. That's what I'm saying, right? But like this transition of like the segment control basically fill. I think I should just do that rather than not. But have a good study then. If get the fuck out, thank you. If here I'm getting, can I zoom in? Yes. If you see that section right there, the segment itself extend to basically the other side first. So it has some sort of a springy-ish behavior. And I like that. But also the text change is weird because it's an image. I mean, it's 2 images technically, so it's bad. You don't care about that. But that springiness of extending the tab, I don't know how that happened. I don't know where it's coming from, and I haven't found why it's doing that, but it's doing that. And that's all I know. And it's doing that only on the 2 like the 2 segments. On the other ones, on the 5, it doesn't. So I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah. I'm just unsure. I don't know. So first of all, I don't know. Also, hi, Carol. Welcome back. But Catherine, hi. Everyone comes in at the same time. That's the rotation. My bad. I wouldn't say so. So yes, Carol, yes, but here here it works this way. This one is gonna kind of lag from loading all the kanjis, so that take a bit. These 2 elements, this one and these ones, are the exact same component. And so if I were to move from this point to this point, and not from here to here, it should have some sort of a springiness in between N2 and N4, for example. The same way that we have a bit of a springiness in between these 2. Because the animation is the same, and the cut is the same, and the behavior is the same, and it's coming from the same thing. It has a bit of a bug when we enter the last one and the first one. You can see that it has that springiness type of thing. Like right there. It's subtle, but it basically ingrowth and then outgrow weird. But then in between things, it doesn't. And I don't know. And Stoney, you're saying load them when you open the app. I do. We are not in the app. We are in the preview that doesn't bother loading things. It loads things when it's needed, which is bad. I mean, sorry. It loads things when it's needed for now on this version of the app because it doesn't have persistence. I need to figure that out. So that segment control, animation, and all of that is the exact same for both. and the transition is the exact same for both. Like it's that thing right there, like with animation, easy in and out thing, and it should just do the thing. And it doesn't. It's just making no sense to me. To like get that springiness in between the two when the other ones should. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But that's the same thing. Going back to what I just said, this is a visual cosmetic addition that I don't really care about. In the now section, like the things works. I can type or tap on each of the tabs. I can access all of the tabs or most of the tabs through tabs, and that's enough for now. One of the feedback that I have received, which is way more important to fix than this, because this is not doing it right, it's still working, is here mostly the tap zone is just the icon. So if I have, and that's going to load, but if I'm pressing next to the icon, going back for a Zoom session, right? If I'm here and I'm pressing there, it's not, and now it is. So I really needed to be on the pixel to be able to select the element, and it's just not really on the side usually. And so now we kind of extended that to make it work. But yeah, now it's a bigger hit zone. So that was a fix that needed to be done. And the segment control is working. It's working. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's fine. It's okay. But also because I don't understand what happens and how it happens. Yeah, that's gonna be more complex for me to figure out how the animation happens and where it happens and why it happens. Because these two are the exact same thing. Easy in and out, almost the same duration. One of them is 0.03, the other one is 0.02. And that's the main difference that I can see. The selection is the same. Overlay a border to clip the pill into shape. Say that again. I don't think I can do what you're talking about. Because of, again, the way that the pill is made. My pills are straight on the angle instead of bent. No, they aren't. They are bent. I mean, they are the same thing. It's this. It's the same exact component twice, and one of them has a smaller stroke. That's it. It's the segment selector and the segment background are the exact same thing. It's just the stroke here is at 48, the stroke here is at 38. So that one is smaller, but it's the exact same curve. It's the same thing for the tab bar at the bottom. It's in Figma, yes. In Figma, these are straight. Yes. And these are wrong. But these would work better because they have like a background. And creating these with the selector being curved, that was a bit more tricky-ish. Kind of. Yes. It is. We still have an animation of 420, so we good. You know what? Let me do a 0.3 because the other one is 0.3 as well. So that way we have both of our with animation at 0.3, which is the only difference that I can see. This one has an animated selection, which is, I don't know what that is, and I don't know how it works. And I doubt, you know what, I can. That is going to be too much. So selection is index, yes, but the animation here with animation, you open the bracket there and then you put that here. I guess this is not gonna work. Yes, cool. And if it's the other way around, if it's that and then this, no. Why? Kind of cannot type new value because new value is not in my on change because we don't have an on change on that button. The on change is above. It's also weirdly placed. That on change thing right there has the animated selection on underneath, which is for everything. So technically these two are linked. Like that button is inside of this element, which is inside of the container that has the segment selector and everything. So they are the same thing. They are the same element. Oh, so you know. Let me do that. These needed like a bit of a top reminder, like that 22 for the top padding. 6 is going to be too much, so 8 is going to be pretty good. I have a feeling that 12 is, I'm tempted to do like 10 instead, but 10 seems not curved enough. Details for no reason. One of the things I don't like, I'm just complaining right now, is the fact that the tabs don't work. Like, you can't tab to the next element. If I tab, I just add a tab, which is wrong. And I apparently need weird values, as in I need 23 instead of 22. That's pretty much centered. Yes, we have a button on my, I have a button on my Stream Deck to use markers. I discovered it and I said, oh, that's neat, I need to use that. I did it 3 times. And yeah, so how it works is basically it creates a timestamps in the VOD. So in my dashboard after that, in content and in specifically video producer, if I add a marker to a VOD, it's gonna pop up in that timeline for me to see. And for some people, like when some people are doing like clips, I sometimes have a marker as well at the same time. But that's basically it. It goes in, and I'm seeing like the highlight marker things in here as a marker in the editing tools. And yeah, that's about it. It's not in the YouTube timeline. It's mostly on the highlighting highlighter video. Then you can make them for me. I think I have a streamer bot thing. You could make them for me when it was on Windows, but you had the ability to do exclamation mark marker. Have a good rest of your day, Chris. Take care of yourself. Thanks a lot for the raid again. I appreciate it. The timing seems to be pretty good. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Yeah, I had a command for you, exclamation mark marker type of thing. It's not. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. The marker, I don't think it does. I don't think it does, but it basically does this. It adds a marker, and yeah. That now is in the VOD. No, it's on the PC. So now in my VOD there will be a marker at 3 hours and 40 minutes, which I said it's going to be a short one today, and it's been almost 4 hours. That makes no sense. And then I am the only one that sees the marker. Yeah. So it's not for you. Yeah, it's only for the streamer to help me create a clip or short, or I know that something happened and I want to highlight that specific segment. I can then do that. Like, I think in my video producer and I do my highlights, we have the playing card segments that I did, which is basically 28-minute clips of me talking about playing cards that I have. I have the testing glasses, I think. I also have the testing out filter segment, which is basically 18 minutes of the stream that I took out from a past VOD to just have that as a presentation. So basically on today's stream, I could 100% go back into the beginning of the stream when I explain how the Japanese learning app works, and then highlight that and be good with it. But yeah, that is one of the highlights that we had from a long time ago with an old overlay. Yeah, that's the length that I'm trying to go back to. Kinda, but also at that time, at that overlay specific thing, I had no understanding of corner radius. I had no clip ability in terms of how the elements on stream are looking. Like right now, my camera is rounded, and that's a clip path. But yeah, what shadow, which shadow, where? No shadow. Nothing. So yeah, dang. Like I think this one was the clip transition or the scene transition session, which kind of worked, but it was in the beginning of the stream, and I just explained what I did and what we had, and all of that is just a mess. But I keep it mainly because my hairline looks worse than now, which is crazy. But also it's a bit of a kept in time version of my overlay, which I like. Anyways, details. So yeah, the markers only for me, and that clip was last year or 2 years ago. I mean, I'm gotten old. Do I look older? Yeah, nice. Yeah. It depends on the wine, but sometimes they do. I appreciate it. One thing that we had a bit of a fun discussion with Kat last time. We looked at some of the pictures that I have of myself from 5 years ago. My hairline was receding more than now, which we kind of don't understand how it's feasible. But yeah, it was kind of going further in, and now it doesn't. So I appreciate that. I have the opposite happening, and I'm not taking anything. Anyways. I think I need to figure out the animation things. Maybe it is. And now that I came back, I'm losing my hair in the shower way more than I used to in Japan. So that's might be a thing. Yeah. Maybe. I had an interview today for a company that is way far away from here. It's a French company, sadly for me. It's a French company and it's way far away from here. It takes me about walking a minute and a half to go there, so it's really far away. And I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. But yeah, the fact that the office is so far off, I don't know if I can do that. It's it's a tad closer to my gym. Yeah, that is also true, yeah. The thing is, the picture in question that we kind of looked at, now that we're talking about that, um, is from 2017, 2018, I guess. Somewhere around here. I think that's gonna be the usual treatment. Yeah, somewhere. Come on. Yeah, dang. I mean, you know, eh, dang. But eh. Yeah, it's one of the coworkers that just kind of like to do that. But yeah, it looks like it's going further in than now. So that's weird because it can't really happen, but it happened. It was not a follow-up interview. It was mostly like a follow-up, as in I applied. They said it's interesting. Let's have a call. But I don't know how I felt the interview go. It felt weird. One of the things that I do like about it is that they have a fully transparent pay range, which is not a range. I forgot the numbers, but the low number or the high number, at the end of the day, the package is the exact same thing. But what they say is that you can either go with the lowest monthly pay and get the maximum equity in the company, or the highest monthly pay and the lowest equity in the company. And it's one or the other, but the salary is basically this full package. And I feel like this really is interesting in terms of paying your salaries and your employees properly, so that for the people that need more cash, they can go with the higher pay, and for the one that believe in the company and its kind of future or helping grow the company, then they can take lower pay but the higher stake in the company. So it's an interesting thing. I felt like this is a good take, but they do have offices all around. All around. Basically, they have offices in New York, in San Francisco, in France, in Portugal, in Australia, and not in Japan. If they did, I would have went there. But yeah, option is nice. But I mean, it's option without really option. It's just like what he said was, this is the range that we have, and it's either you take the lower monthly pay or the highest monthly pay. But that's the salary that we will offer for this job. There is no higher. You can't negotiate really, and it's just, does it work for you? And if the range works for you, then you can just say, well, yeah, and I'm gonna take the percentage that is, yeah. I wish, but Japanese laws are a tad bit more complex than that. I wish. I wish. It would be good though. It would be good. Anywho. Me tired. You know. It's muscle time! God damn it. Me less tired now. Yo. Have a good rest of your day, Khalil. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh. I was about to select someone from the claw, but I mean, not from the claw, but from the claw, kinda. But they do have like 800 viewers. I might not do that. I could. I could. I could. I could. I may just do that. You know what? It's been a while. She's been live for the same amount of time than me today. We'll see. Anyway. Anyways. I can't. Well, fine. And Vash doesn't have her cam on, so that's sad. Well, no choice. That sounds so bad. So bad. Go see Cat. Anyways, as always, the VOD is going to be on YouTube, saved and all that. You can join the Discord if you have a question when I'm not live. And you can just talk to me online. We now have the Can app in there, which is pretty good. And I should be back on Friday. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go through or to Bash Bunny, but Bash Bunny has 800 viewers right now, so coming in with like 20 viewers is not you know, all that. And Vash has no camera on, so I don't know. We're gonna see. Anyways, that is the base. I said a lot of things as things goes, and if you want to give me money, you can either buy something from here or test out the app that is on this link, the first one on the link at the top right there. Anyways, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your evening, days, Saturnoon, time zone, all of that. And I'll see you soon on Friday. Take care.